This better work. It seems to be working great. Good, good. All right, so I haven't posted in a while. Uh, I am quite well aware of that. I haven't posted or streamed for 2 months. But that doesn't mean we haven't been working. For those of you who don't follow the Discord or maybe the group or something. For those of you who maybe only follow this channel to get news on prior extinction. But yeah, we just haven't felt a need, or I haven't, to report on anything. But we've got a lot of progress, and I felt like talking about it today. And I also want to talk about what we're going to be working on afterwards. All of this that we have, that I'm showcasing right here, and what we're going to do, etc. So first of all, we have edited the whole map now, or we're in the midst of doing it. And as you can see, we're using custom rock textures, and I'll run over to the place. You can also see I'm obviously playing as Pachycephalosaurus right now. It's not fully finished. We still need some rows, but we'll get to that here throughout the next week. Same as getting Triceratops textures and Triceratops possibly playable as well. In the meantime, but let me just run over to the developer place, I guess, where we have all our assets, and I'll show you guys basically the rock textures that we're using. Yeah, I'm not the fastest, but Pachycephalosaurus is pretty fast still, so I don't see it as a problem really. It's got 36 speed, and currently it's the second fastest creature in the demo, after the teenage Rex. I'm also going to show you the new T-Rex animations that we have added, and some other new animations that we've... OBS is just annoying, like bruh. Let me just edit some settings so it hopefully shouldn't cut off. Reconnection successful, I don't give a damn. Let me just change this so it shouldn't jump off. It's because using free software for this type of stuff is stupid. Anyways, so for the textures of the rocks, I have paid for these textures, so they are custom. They're not free or anything. This is a cliff texture. There's another one right here. It doesn't look too overwhelming in this style, but as soon as they're actually on rocks, etc., it looks very nice. We've got some dark ground textures here. We've got some mud textures that we're going to use for muddy areas. We've got some type of andesite, you know, the material from Minecraft. Normal ground. We've got some arid, mossy rocks. We've got some temperate mossy rocks, and we've got some more tropic mossy rock right here. We've got sandstone. We've got types of variations of rocks, etc. We've got a bunch of stuff over here. But let me get back to mainland basically. So I'm just do this again. So all in all, in terms of the map, we have I'm gonna run around it as well during this live stream. We have edited a lot, especially Q and Bripo. I have helped slightly as well. As you can see, all of this is new. There's rock textures everywhere. There's big rocks. There's new areas as well that we have been working on in this time. Oof, I shouldn't go down there. And you also get to experience the sheer size of this map, because it takes ages to get from point A to point B. And do keep in mind, this is the map that isn't made for mobile. This map is made for strong PCs and strong mobile phones. You will not play this map on your iPhone 6 or 5 or something. We'll make a mobile map for such players. And this is like the area where you will, where it transitions into the volcanic area. So you can see fully fledged redwoods over here, and here the trees are starting to thin out, whereas there will be a lot of... Let me... Oh please, why can I not go super mode? Yeah. For some reason, Epic Gamer camera thing doesn't work right now. I don't know why. It's just annoying. Okay. Um. So that was Packy. I don't have much to say about him. We also still lack the growth stages and the textures for the growth stages and female as well. Um. I'll answer questions after I've showcased the stuff I want to showcase. Um. And we got Proto as well. And Proto's been out for like a little over a week as well, same as Packy. Hvad så?
Hvad fanden er det for en mærkelig bold, der får? En helt hårdt?
I don't know. Nå, ja, det er billedet. Ja, smut.
Hvad er det, der skriver sådan?
Ja, det er mig selv.
Hvad?
Ja, det er mig selv så. Farvel. Bruh. As I was saying, Proto is currently the smallest creature in the game. Oh, I think, yeah, that's pretty pushy as well. Proto is the smallest creature in the game right now, and this is the adult. So you can just imagine how small the teenager and the juvenile will be. And Proto is not very fast either. I mean, it's fast for its size, but for Proto, it's gonna take ages getting across the map. Like, this map is just super crazy huge. You can see this is one of the major landmarks in the redwoods here. This area with a big lake and stuff. Looks very nice. And there's Bripu as a Rex. You can see just like the size difference. I'm tiny. It really gives like a sense of scale. Oh my god, she's loud. It really gives a sense of scale, how big the Rex actually is, because of how small this fella is. But Proto is basically gonna have a lot of abilities. It's gonna be able to burrow. We'll probably make it a decent swimmer as well, because obviously it's not that fast, and it's the only real dinosaur slash creature it can kill are babies. So if you see a big Rex like that, you're dead, basically, if the Rex can hit you, that is. Concavenator kills this guy. Basically, almost anything except for Deinonychus. Deinonychus will be its rival in-game, but Deinonychus is not out yet, but I will talk more about that later. So Proto is pretty interesting. It's gonna... I mean, if it didn't have any abilities, it would just run around and be a little critter, basically. No one would do anything with it, really, other than just run around. So let me switch to another dinosaur. I believe I never showcased Kentrosaurus either. This Kentrosaurus is not finished either yet. But this is the juvenile Kentro, and it's probably the cutest model in the game right now. Like, I mean, just look at these eyes. Look at these damn eyes, man. They're so cute. Oh god, that's a big one. But basically, it's not going to be as dominant in terms of the colors when it's been properly textured. Because right now it uses the adult textures, basically. You can see all three growth stages right here, actually. The juvenile, the teenager, and then the adult for Kentro. And Kentro will be the rival of Ceratosaurus in this game. And just like a little note, I guess, we're gonna release creatures as rivals, sort of. So there will always be a rival to a creature, a counter, basically, so to say. So we don't just release something that doesn't really have a natural counter or whatever. Obviously, Cerato and Kentro, I don't think they were rivals in real life. I don't think they lived the same place. But that's simply what we do in this game, because we need something to counter each other. And Kentro and Cerato are about equally strong in their own ways. Same way as we have with a Concavenator and Pachycephalosaurus. They're also going to be rivals. And then we also obviously have Protoceratops and Deinonychus that are rivals as well. And then obviously we'll also add Triceratops and T-Rex, which are rivals again. Let me be a Concavenator. You can see this is the male skin for Concavenator. This is the baby, the juvenile. It's currently, I think it's smaller than the Proto right now, the Protoceratops. It's very small. This guy, very very small. Same. I think it's the same size as the Proto, basically. Um, and he's also pretty cute as well, actually. This little Concavenator. He's not that fast, obviously, because it's. I mean, he's very fast for his size. Don't get me wrong. Um, but relatively speaking to other dinosaurs, he's not that fast. And again, most of these babies, they're not that able to fend for themselves. Most of the teenagers, however, are able to run away because the teenagers are actually pretty fast relative to what we currently have in the current game. So here in the revamp, the teenagers and babies will be much faster than they are in the current version of the game to increase survivability, basically. He's so cute. Little fella here. Let me be the adult. I think this is this the female skin? I can't tell. It's very dark. Yeah, this is the female skin for the adult Concavenator. You can see a new animation for this guy as well. Oh, this is less because this is obviously the female version. New animation as well. Most people will probably not notice that we gave them new animations, but for those people that really give a damn, they will notice it. I don't think it's the volume or whatever. Let me try and listen in myself. I don't think it's the volume or whatever. Let me try and listen in myself. Yeah, okay. I don't think there's any problems. I think it's on your end if there's a problem with the stream. Um, but most people will, as I said, most people will probably not notice the animations that we have remade them. They look much more realistic now. Um, you can tell how the thighs they bend out, whereas the feet and the knees they bend inwards because that's. I mean, I'm not an expert myself on dinosaurs, but that's apparently how it works, and it also looks a lot better, honestly. Um, you can see Cerrato. I don't know if that's Bripo or Kyo. Yeah, the ROBLOX. This is a female Cerrato. You can see Cerrato is a lot bulkier than Concavenator and will be able to kill Concavenator. But Concavenator is faster. There is a general rule in this revamp. If you can't beat something, then you're almost always faster than it. And if you're faster than something, then you can basically never beat it. That's a general rule. Obviously, that will not apply to things that are meant to be hunted. But it's more so like we cannot just have a Concavenator or something easily able to just because Concavenator is stronger than Pachycephalosaurus, or at least plant right now. Maybe we'll change that. So we cannot really have Concavenator be faster than Pachycephalosaurus because then it would just be 100% death if you stumble upon a Concavenator as a Pachycephalosaurus. But they're obviously, if it's very equal in terms of strength, then the carnivore can be faster because obviously the carnivore has to catch up to the herbivores in some way. So the general rule of thumb is that the herbivores are a little bit stronger than the carnivores. And so we can make the carnivores fast enough to actually catch up to them. And then the carnivores can obviously choose to gang up 2v1 the herbivore, and then it's a sure win basically for most scenarios. And then we have, I don't know. I mean, we also did some edits to the Pterodon animations. Let me just set the lighting up to normal again, like this. Again, you can probably not notice it, but we have bent the thighs out and the knees inwards. This is a lot better for balance and looks a lot better, just generally speaking. Looks very nice. Yeah, true, Bripo. True. So Bripo said, you can escape from what can kill you, but defend self against what can catch you. So just me not being good with phrasing myself initially every time. But this is another area of the redwood forest. We're totally not finished with the redwood forest. Don't get me wrong, but some of the areas are very close to completion. But the redwood forest is very big, so we can't just say that it's finished. There are still lots to do. You can see this cliff. I will only release this publicly when this cliff is done and some other stuff is done. I'll release that on a demo because I'm not playing on a demo right now. This is a separate place. But I'll do that later on when we have finished this cliff area and the other area, so you can also try it out. And I can't stress this enough, guys. This map only has this much detail because this map is meant for strong PCs, strong mobile phones. And when I say strong mobile phones, I mean iPhone 11 Pro, iPhone 12 Pro, Samsung Galaxy S21, that type of stuff. We'll then make a mobile map that is a lot smaller, and isn't so high quality essentially in terms of the assets. It won't have so many bushes, etc. Because you cannot join this map on an iPhone 6 or a 3-year-old Android phone, basically. But let me be a T-Rex now. Perfect. I spawned in as the male. The male is my favorite skin for Rex. And you can see again, bend out thighs, bend inwards knees, and it looks very nice. There's a juvenile and a teenager Rex, teen Rex. That's the fast one. It's very fast, at least relative to me, because Big Chungus Rex pretty slow. But you can see Rex looks a lot more intimidating now that it got new animations. Before it was really stiff down the sides, but now it just looks amazing. Looks great. Those edits were done by Aiden with supervision by Brippo. But you can see this area. This area is probably my favorite right now. Like this very lush area along the river. This little river thing coming out there, going out into the big lake. It just looks, man, it looks really nice. And it was mostly Brippo and Kyo that worked on this area. The footsteps are very loud for some reason. Good thing that we got a new scripter, basically. But just imagine, you're just walking through here as a Rex family or something, looking for food and just having a good time. Like, it's just amazing, really. The ambience, the trees, the textures, the assets, everything looks great. And then obviously a cool Rex. This is the level of graphics that we wanted to achieve. Obviously, we can still make it better, and we do plan on that because when Roblox releases the feature to make custom textures for terrain, like what we're talking about, the ground, this leafy grass, which is what it is called, we can basically easily edit very, very large areas of the map, just like poof. And that will obviously also increase our creativity levels because we can make our own stuff. We're not limited by what Roblox provides us. But there is still the problem with the resolution because Roblox only allows for up to 1K textures in terms of resolution. But it would obviously be nice if we could do 2K or something like that at least. Here is a demo of what a canyon will look like. This is a small canyon. But there's meant to be a big canyons over here around this side of the map. The Serranos no longer spawn on a tiny island. At least in this version. When I update with this version of the map, they won't spawn on a tiny island. Don't worry. It was just me being a bit evil, I guess. But you can clearly notice that the Rex just looks much better now. Like with this new, looks wider, Also, when resting, it's the same thing. Instead of just being like a flat snake, it's actually spreading its legs out. Looking very nice. Man, I'm just really proud of the team, honestly. Come a long way. Sure have. Just really proud. Let me see if I can get up to the big waterfall again. There are also variations in the actual redwoods. Some parts of the redwoods have a lot of rocks. It's very rocky. Some areas are more dense. I wouldn't say that this area is the dense one. This is still very open. But there is an area that's much more open than this area. So this is just like a normal redwood, I guess. Pretty chill. Big waterfall. Again, we're not finished with this cliff, so it's gonna look much better. But there's a lot of landmarks, so you'll never really be lost, because you can always just say to your friends, yeah, I'm near the big waterfall, the massive waterfall in this case, and they will basically know where you are. And it's very recognizable as well. There's not really any areas that look too much alike. At least if you know how to be descriptive enough of where the heck you are. So that's also a very strong point. And just, yeah, I don't know if I have much more to say to that. I can answer some questions now if you have any. Because I think I've been around most areas of the playable map. I'll be Pachy again, because Pachy fast. And I'll run over here. Oh yeah, when I put a G14 from Project Kaiju in, that was simply just for fun, because it's really big, and I wanted to showcase how big Godzilla actually is, even compared to dinosaurs. My favorite mesh dinosaur right now? Well, right now it's probably either Pachycephalosaurus or T-Rex. They look really nice, the textures, the modeled animations. And just the oh my god, I can't speak. The general gameplay of them as well. I like, I don't know why. I mean, it's very generic, but if I had to choose a favorite theropod, it's T-Rex. I just love it. I've always loved the big things. And it's the same thing, which is why my favorite dinosaur is Brachiosaurus. So I'm pretty sure that when we actually release Brachiosaurus, it's probably going to be my favorite model, my favorite dinosaur in game. Triceratops is being worked on currently. Um, we actually just need textures for it. That's the only thing we really need. And then maybe some model edits, and then we also need the growth stages as well, obviously. But Bripu will start on the textures after we're finished with this area. Basically, after I've published, not publicized, published this version of the map, Bripu will start on the trike textures. And then once that is done, she'll probably get on with either the Kentro textures or the Proto textures or the Pachy textures. One or the other, basically. So yeah, Trike is being worked on and will soon be added as a playable thing in the demo. Yeah, we don't have growth stages for Pachy yet. I mean, they are there. I just haven't added them yet because we need the textures for them. There's no reason for me to add them if they don't have textures. So they are done, the models themselves. They're just not added. Make more games after Prime Extinction. Well, we're taking one step at a time, one game at a time. I obviously want to keep on making games because I think this is great. I think it's a great way to materialize my vision for different types of games. Obviously, Prime Extinction is not just my vision anymore for a game. but it's still building upon the core concept that I came up with. Obviously, Bripo is a major part in what happens as well, and you gotta realize you can't just go one man army like some people do. It'll never be great. You gotta find people who share your vision, who share your enthusiasm, because you can never just make anything completely solo. You need people to help, and also to help those people. Arbo and Dynamo Titan. We're working on Dynamo Titan right now, the model actually. Arbo will be started upon soon after Deinonychus. So they're coming soon, but that doesn't mean that they're coming to the revamp itself soon. But that's another thing. What are some good sauropod? I mean, yeah, we're adding Brachiosaurus, and I also want to add Argentinosaurus, like obviously. So for now, the only ones I can come up with, I know Bripo and Apple have some noted down, but the only ones I can remember are Brachiosaurus and Argentinosaurus. And then I think Apple was talking about some sort of Amargasaurus, but like with a very strange name. I cannot remember. Yeah, I still want an eruption event of the volcano. I still want that, but it's probably only coming in the part 2 of the revamp, and not in the part 1. Eating and drinking sounds. Yeah. I mean, why not? It's just gonna be. I just don't know how it's done yet, but we'll definitely figure that out eventually. It's pretty dumb just having drinking water not make a sound or eating make a sound. So yeah, well, that's definitely the plan, to get sounds for the ambience for that. Let's see. Allosaurus, yeah, we're definitely doing an Allosaurus. Don't worry about that, definitely. Um, let's see. Pterosaurus is not planned. The land be extended. Are you crazy, mate? This map is very, very large. I'm telling you. This map is very, very large. It takes a long time to get from one end of the map to the other. Like, honestly. Just look at this. This is not even half the map that you're looking at here. Just imagine walking all the way out there. It takes ages. Trust me. I've been there. Done that. Planning on adding Mosa. We have no such plans for aquatic reptiles right now. No such plans. I don't know if we're adding them later. But there's no reason to come up with possible false promises. So I don't know. Siet Katara says, is your game dying? Because let's play the game. I don't think the game is dying because we're still developing on it. And I think a game is dead once it just doesn't get developed anymore upon. So I think that's a matter of how you interpret on the concept of dying. Because the game is not dead. We're working just as much as we were before in the game. We're just working on this one massive update. Like, so I don't think player count reflects if a game is dead or not. I think it's the fact that if it has been abandoned, that it's dead, basically. Brachio will replace Sorrow Poseidon, yep. Yeah, it's that Pachycephalosaurus that is like an Amargasaur, but apparently it's not that one that we're adding. I mean, Kamara is not necessarily being removed. It's more like just being replaced. Because it's only slightly larger than Diplo, so it kind of serves the same purpose. Pachycephalosaurus. Oh yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we'll revamp Pachycephalosaurus or if we choose another one. I really like Pachycephalosaurus, so we may just revamp it. But we'll see. I don't know yet. I don't know yet. I haven't set myself completely into what Stecco and Bripo have set in terms of what they want in terms of dinosaurs. Eulambia. I mean, it would be fun to add a Eulambia. Eulambia. Would be quite fun. I don't know. Maybe. Tyrannosaurus. Yeah, I want Tyrannosaurus to get a remodel. Yes. I do want Tyrannosaurus. It's a special dinosaur. And we should obviously abuse the fact that a lot of people like these special dinosaurs. Some dinosaur games are like, yeah, we don't want to add all the popular dinosaurs because we don't want to be like all the generic dinosaur games. We don't want to add T-Rex. We'll add like a copy of T-Rex, etc. Blah blah blah. Bruh. Just add dinosaurs if people like the dinosaur. Obviously, there should be a meaning behind adding a dinosaur, but we should also think about what the heck does people like. Obviously, players will like if we add a dinosaur that they like. And that will give more players, higher player count, blah blah blah, etc. No reason to explain that further. So Pachyrhino, I don't know. There's a lot of dinosaurs planned, but I can't promise anything yet, other than the ones that we have already finished. Yeah, I know. Sorbicide uses the same rows as Pterosaurus. It was because back then our sound designer stole sounds, and I had never played the Isle, at least as Protoceratops, so I didn't even know that it was stolen those sounds. Aquatics. The only aquatics that we're adding are crocodiles, and those are semi-aquatics. So those are the only ones I can confirm that we're actually adding. I cannot confirm anything about Megalodon, Mosasaurus, blah blah blah, those Leviathan, those type of things. Yeah, Siren Head. The problem with aquatics is that you cannot just split a population of players between the two. Um, that's where Beast of Bermuda and Dinosaur Simulator fail. Because then there's just even less people on land and even less people in the water. Instead, an aquatic version should be an aquatic version. It shouldn't be a mixed map with both aquatics and terrestrial dinosaurs. It should be one or the other. There will be a lot of new dinosaurs. Not just revamped dinosaurs, a lot of new ones as well. Eulambia. Margosaurus. Well, apparently Bripo and Stego have put that on as planned as well. So yeah, Margosaurus is getting revamped. Indom isn't going to get an update other than the fact that it's been replaced by Therodontosaurus. Spinosaurus is also planned for the revamp. Don't worry. Maybe not the revamp update, but later on in the revamp. We're using the stages because ROBLOX is just a horrible place for doing crazy things, basically. And it's pretty crazy doing continuous growth on mesh deformation on ROBLOX. So obviously we cannot do that on ROBLOX. The Deinonychus, I mean, if we can get pouncing to work properly, then obviously pouncing is going to be added. But if we cannot get it to work properly, we tried obviously about half a year ago, but it just pouncing was just horrible, the version that we had at that time. But we'll definitely try to remake it and see if we can make it proper this time. Replacing Camarasaurus. Well, I think there's just Diplodocus because they almost serve the same purpose. AI food. Yeah, there's a small AI food like critters, Coelophysis, that type of size, like even smaller than Proto is planned. for small AI creatures running around, so babies also can hunt and stuff. And these AI will not do anything but just run around, walk around. They'll just walk around, and then if they get scared if something comes near, they will run away. But they won't be very fast because they're obviously very small. Let me see. Pterosaurs. Yeah, pterosaurs are planned, however. I can guarantee that we're adding pterosaurs, but that will come in a special update, an update focused around pterosaurs. I would like to make a Prior Extinction its own game, but let's just see if our game format even works on Roblox. What we're doing now. It's very uncertain because I have no idea. There's a lot of different factors that goes into this and whether or not it'll work or if it won't work, etc. Deinonychus is getting revamped as well, but that will come at a much later date. We're in no rush to add Deinonychus right now. There is no reason to add Deinonychus right now. Just look how small Proto is. Bruh. Tiny. There's a cave right over here, I think it is. Yeah, it's right here. Can the Pachy even get in there? Yeah, the Pachy can even get in here. Nice. This is a pretty big cave, actually. Damn. Then there's another exit right here. There's a lot of caves in this new map. A lot of secrets. It'd be cool if we added some Easter eggs as well. Like memes and stuff. Okay, let's see. Spino tail slap, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. The next carnivore coming to the revamped demo is the Deinonychus. The little raptor thing. My favorite plant dinosaur is still Brachiosaurus. Man, I love Brachiosaurus. Ever since I saw it like for the first time in Jurassic Park, I've just been in love. Man, Brachiosaurus. Can't wait till we have Brachiosaurus. Can't wait. Spino hybrid thing kind of looks like sauropod. What? Dynamo Titan doesn't look like a sauropod. Are you crazy? Most difficult dinosaur. Well, I don't make the dinosaurs. But the most expensive was T-Rex, so I assume that it was the hardest one to make because everyone will complain if T-Rex looks bad, basically. So, like, as in everyone. Troodon. Look, we're not adding Troodon. No, we're not replacing Deinonychus. Deinonychus is meant to be super croc, like really crazy. But as I said earlier, everything will have counters. There will be a counter for Deinonychus. Purosaurus is not a dinosaur though, so we're not adding Puro back most likely. Only if Pripu and Stego Apple they decide for some reason to add it because I don't know, man. Puro is basically just a slightly larger Sarco and it looks a bit cooler as well. I don't think it has anything else really to special for it going for it. Except mesh deform. Yeah, well, all the dinosaurs that we're adding are mesh deformation. Long time no stream, yeah. 2 months. As I mentioned before, yes, we're adding flyers in the future. Let me just open up the document that Prepo sent me because I'm pretty sure she named them because I cannot name them, the flyers. Let's see what she said. Pretty sure she had a few. Pterosaur update. Okay, Guidraco, Tupandactylus, and Pteranodon. Guidraco, and Tupandactylus, and Pteranodon. I don't know about the two first ones. They sound kind of sketch, but Pteranodon, everyone knows Pteranodon. Anki size. Anki is actually not that large. Let's see. Dino-Titan be the same amount of power, do you think? Dynamo-Titan and Therodon and T-Rex, they will be around the same strength overall, but their strength will come from different areas. Dynamo-Titan will have its strength come from size. T-Rex will have its strength come from bite force. Therodon will have its strength come from bleed. So 3 different factors that will combine into them being basically equal or counters to each other. In like a circle, I guess you can say. Yeah, Dynamo-Titan is going to be the king of Spinosaurus, basically. After the revamp, well, I want to add Allosaurus. I want Pachycephalosaurus as well. I really like it. Regaliceratops, man, one of the OG dinosaurs. I want Baryonyx as well. Baryonyx, yeah. I don't know about Suko. Suko is the OG dinosaur, the first dinosaur we ever added. But I don't know about Suko, man. It's a lot like a Barry, but just slightly bigger and stuff. I don't know. Definitely Barry, Baryonyx, and Pachycephalosaurus. Pachyrhinosaurus, I mean. Let's see. Dinosaur arcade videos. No. Why the hell would I do that? Why the hell would I do that? That's like the stupidest question as of yet today. Guidraco. Let me just search. I don't know what the heck this Guidraco thing is. Is it like a... It sounds like a very small thing. Or something with teeth. Oh yeah, it is a... I don't know. I don't know about the size though. It has teeth, like crazy teeth. Okay, the size is not that big, but it looks crazy. Abovenator is not a counter to Therodon. It's not meant... I mean, just look at the ROBLOX price. Abovenator is a lot cheaper than Therodon and Dynamo-Titan, and that's simply because it cannot beat them in any way, shape, or form at all. Unless if there's like 5 Abovenators fighting a Therodon, like there's no way either. If there isn't. Therodon Venom. Currently we're a bit... We don't really know what to do with this Venom thing. Like, how would it be different from just Bleed? How we're gonna make it different. How we're gonna make it unique, basically. Because, as I understood it right now, it's just basically just Bleed, but green. But it's still definitely an idea. I just don't know about the execution of it. Caves and cliffs. Ooh, true that. With the trees and cool stuff as well. Oh, I didn't actually showcase this area up here. You can't jump right now, but we're fixing that once the new script gets set into motion. Basically, there's this area as well. Looks very nice. Obviously, this area we've not worked on yet, and we aren't working on that right now. We're finishing every place that has stuff already. If there isn't stuff already there, then we're not adding any more on top of it right now. But this is also like an oasis kind of area. Very cool. Very nice. Let's see. Algumbia. Yes, I am Brazil. Yes, 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 yes. The Nigersaurus. We don't have any plans of adding the Nigersaurus. Because yeah, it'll just be abused for its name, which we don't want. Concavenator. I don't know. I mean, I want Giga back because Giga is Giga. Acro is also cool. It seems that, okay, I can see that Giga and Acro already planned. I don't know if they... Any other Spino, obviously. T-Rex. Stuff like that. Allo, Torvo. Euthyrannus. Majungasaurus, Dilophosaurus. Ostrovenator. Or, I mean, Ostroraptor. Ichthyovenator is what I was trying to say. Changyu Raptor. Concavenator, Cerata, Deinonychus, blah blah. Those that we've already made, basically. Bruh, that one kid, please stop spamming. I already answered that question. Spamming your question will not make me answer it. Yeah, Venom would last longer. That obviously... I mean, depends on the wound, because you can bleed for several days. But I feel like Venom is just, in general, in nature today, is just like, oh, quick death or something. You get Venom, you die the day after, at the latest. That type of stuff. Whereas bleed can be like over days, or very fast. You can die within 2 minutes of blood loss, or blah blah blah. Bruh, Siet Katara already answered that. You're getting muted now. Bruh. Man, where are the moderators even? People spamming the moderators, they're just gone. Man, it's just like the Discord, man. The moderators, they're nowhere to be found. Let me actually see one of my... FPS is still pretty high. 200 FPS right now. That's pretty good. Tabo. I don't know about adding Tabo. Sounds a bit crazy. I don't know how it would fit in. I can't exactly picture myself as needing Tarbosaurus currently. Pachy. Why the heck would Pachycephalosaurus pounce anything? I mean, it'll attack and stuff, but not jump on and latch onto something. That sounds a bit crazy. Yeah, we'll definitely make it so Kraken Prime that if you're full speed as Pachycephalosaurus, or maybe like a charge ability of something or something, so you can ram into bones and break them basically. That would be pretty nice. Any Megalosaurid? Uh, I don't exactly know what goes under the term Megalosaurid other than Megalosaurus. I don't know, Pterosaurus maybe? I don't know. What the heck goes under Megalosaurid? Let me see. Yeah, Torvo is a Megalosaurid. I was right. That's right. Torvo is planned. Torvosaurus. Argentinosaurus will have a counter to about 6 or 7 gigas. That's the counter. Sauropods had no soul counter. There was nothing in a 1v1 that could fight a like 30 plus ton size sauropod. It was always you'd have to team up on it. So like 60, not 60, 6 or 7, 5, 6, 7 gigas or something could probably easily kill one. I don't know about easily though, but they could definitely probably kill one. That's the counter, I guess. Go go, go go, go go. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I like Go Go. it would also be easy to revamp it considering we already have the model. A lot of the newer models are quite high quality, so they are easy to revamp, change into mesh deformation. Um, that being Gorgo included. Majungasaurus is planned. Revamp. There is no confirmed dates yet, so you'll just have to keep on waiting. No confirmed dates. The only thing I can say is part 1 will maybe come in 2 months. And part 2 will come in like 5 months or something around Christmas. Part 2 being the big part. Part 1 will be half the map, 7 dinosaurs, new UI, the basics basically. Maybe some weather, I don't know yet. Mapusaurus is basically just a reskin Giga, so no, Mapusaurus is not planned. Well, Argent will be the strongest in the game. That should be pretty self-explanatory. But if you're talking about the most versatile in the way, like overall strongest, probably Triceratops or something. Triceratops is always very strong in almost every point. It's got bleed, raw damage, it's got bulk, it's got armor. It's not too slow. Like, just generally speaking, Triceratops in every single game, Triceratops is overall the strongest dinosaur. If we're talking brute force, what can kill other things, it's Argentinosaurus. But if we're talking gameplay, survivability, Triceratops. Triceratops any day, every day. If you can't understand that, then you are in denial. Part 1 will we are splitting up the revamp in 2 parts. Part 1 will be the basics, the 7 dinosaurs that are planned, being Pachy, Proto, Kentro, Concavenator, Cerato. Then Deinonychus and Arbovenator. So 7 planned dinosaurs. Then in part 2, we'll release T-Rex, we'll release Triceratops, we'll release Pterodon, and we'll release Triceratops. Maybe with some even more than that. Depends on how swift we are with making models. On Daniel, Hawks, and Kermit's side. Exterminator is planned. Arbovenator will come in part 1 of the revamp. Hvad så? Jamen, du må altså gerne lige finde ud af, så lige og livestreamer. Ja, I know. The only thing an Argent probably can't beat is another Argent, if the other Argent attacks first. When fighting a sauropods, it's just about who hits the other one first. Because there's no real strategy other than using pure brute force. Yes, you will need to rebuy Rex. But you'll be refunded for your purchase of Rex in the current version of the game. Well, Amber, the purpose of Amber will be changed in the revamp. So don't think you can just all of a sudden just get a bunch of stuff. Because everything will just generally speaking be a lot more expensive, so we don't have people buying the whole revamp immediately as they just spawn in. Well, there is no reason for us to only release it in December. We may as well just release it in parts if we can do that. Because a lot of people are impatient. I'm impatient as well, so why the heck not just make it up into parts so we can get a part 1 faster. Yeah, no hybrids planned. No hybrids planned. Concavenator, something cool. You'll see when it's done. Well, I was just explained too that it's more like given. It's not really venom given by Therodon. It's meant to be like infections. So infectious disease is pretty much the same thing. Deinonychus jump. Yeah, it's gonna be able to jump quite high. We Pachycephalosaurus is meant to jump as well, same as Proto. But they can't do that right now. But they will be able to jump. No, there will be no realism mode. There will only be PC or mobile mode. Those are the only modes. Dilophosaurus, yeah, Dilophosaurus is getting a revamp as well. We already have a pretty good Dilophosaurus model, so it's not going to be hard to make it into a mesh deformed model. Aquatics, no, I don't know what Aquatics is. Showcase the Therodon. I've already done that before. Therodon is getting retextured. So there's not really any reason for me to showcase it because yeah, it's essentially just getting remade. The model isn't being remade; it's the textures that are being remade, so it looks better. Right now, it's very chaotic. There was no really sense of direction when doing this skin, etc. So that thing is being redone. I don't think I want to answer more questions now. We've been going for an hour now. I think that was fine for now. I'll notify y'all when in the Discord and in the ROBLOX group when I release this version of the map to the demo, and when we release Trike, Deinonychus, that sort of stuff. So I hope you you enjoyed this live stream. If you have any questions or want more info and stuff, you should join our Discord. Everything is written in the development channel, or in the announcements channel, or in the Q&A channel. Everything you may ask is basically also already answered there. So join our Discord, where you can ask further questions. Do not tag me, just ask in the Q&A channel and you will be answered whenever possible. So I'll see you guys in the next stream. Take